Okay, welcome back. Any questions about that video? Pretty much the same thing as the one you just watched. So that was video number 5 on visual search from our Professional Truck Driving Institute material. Now, okay. Hang on a second here. I'm trying to. Where is my desktop? I'm in trouble here, Josh. What I want to do here is that video that you were just watching finished up with right and left-hand turns. And what I'd like to show you here is some pictures of a right-hand turn with a large truck and trailer. Now, as I was sharing with some of you earlier, last week I was in court testifying as an expert witness. On a court case where a truck driver made a right-hand turn and he was too far away from the right-hand curb, leaving enough space for a Ford Escape to get in there. I want to try to see if I can show you some pictures here. Why this thing is not coming up. Yeah, why is my I plugged in my camera here, it's not coming up. Any idea why it wouldn't come up? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, we don't have to see all my vacation pictures here. Here we go. Now, what I want to tell you is that truck drivers get lazy and they make wide right-hand turns. Now, this is where this collision occurred. And the car that was struck was on the right-hand side of the trailer. It was a Ford Escape. Now, look at the room there, okay? Where would that truck and trailer have to be in order to leave enough room for a Ford Escape? Way over to the left. I mean, the Ford Escape is 6 feet wide. The lady driving the Escape said she didn't feel, like it was a tight, she didn't squeeze in there, she said. So let's say she had 18 inches on the right and 18 inches on the left. That's 3 feet. That makes it 9 feet. 9 feet from the curb. I'd say that would be the minimal amount of distance it would take to tempt somebody to go drive in there. And so what this picture is, this is one of our staff making this right-hand turn. Now, does the truck and trailer ever get far enough away from the curb for a Ford Escape to fit in there? Now, the first time I did this, you notice that the trailer axles are set forward a little bit. And when I was in court in the morning, I discovered that the guy was pulling a 48-foot trailer and his axles were all the way back. And I had shown these pictures to the other side and overheard the driver saying, well, my axles were further back. So then during a recess, I came back here. We put Scott in the truck. And here's Scott making that same right-hand turn, but now we got the axle set all the way back. Okay? And look how close to the curb he is with the truck and trailer here. Now, is there enough room for a Ford Escape to fit in there? Scott, was that difficult? No, he says. He's off camera, so some of you can't see him here. But what this did, what Scott had to do to perform this is he had to do it slowly, methodically, and carefully. This turn can be done properly, and I promise you something. We could do a field trip right now. Those of us in this room, we could jump in my van, drive over to the motel on the corner down here, sit in the parking lot, and we can watch trucks making right-hand turns. And I'll bet you half of them don't move over the way they're supposed to. They leave that 9 feet from the curb, so they don't have to turn so sharp, so they don't have to go so slow, so they don't have to take so much time and be so dang careful. And I really got a kick out of this driver. That he was on the witness stand after I was, and the attorney asked him, did you hear what Mr. Collins had to say? Yes. Do you agree with him? No. Well, why not? Well, you can't do what he said. Well, look at the pictures. You know, and I haven't heard the outcome of the trial yet, but I'm going to be quite fascinated. But, you know, here's the judge looking at pictures I took. That's an over-the-road tractor-trailer rig pulling a 48-foot trailer with the axle set all the way back, turning onto a street with 2 lanes of width. That's all you got there, right? There's 2 lanes to turn onto there. So there's no shoulder over there. It's just 2 lanes, so probably 22 feet wide that he's turning onto. And he can do it. And every single one of you can do this if you take the time to do it. So he's not hitting the curb, and yet he's close enough to the curb to prevent anyone from sneaking inside there the whole way around the corner. And see, he's a good distance down the road before he brings the tractor back to the right-hand lane to make sure that the trailer doesn't clip the curb. Every single one of you can do this. If you do it slowly, methodically, watching your mirrors. But this is done in like your first or second driving gear. Do you remember what gear you were in, Scott?
I guess, well, it's a 10-speed, I guess third.
Okay. So third in a 10-speed, that'd be second in a 9-speed. Because in a 9-speed, they don't count the very first gear with a number. They call that low. So it'll be the same hole. So you're just taking your time going around that corner. Manageable, okay? So every single one of you can do this same thing. Can I save this, Josh? How would I save all these?
Pick out a file to save them, you highlight them and then copy them.
All right.
Find a place to save them.
So then, should I paste them or copy them?
Copy. Just pick where you want them to go.
Oh, so now I paste it in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so these trucks can be maneuvered properly. So, you know, what the state of Minnesota is asking you to do when you make your right and left-hand turns on the test is do it with that same sort of precision. And it can be done, okay? Can be done. But you'll see a whole bunch of drivers out there doing it the lazy way, which is to do it wider, because they can do it faster. They'd be in 4th or 5th gear instead of 3rd gear. And this driver that had this collision, you know, he claimed that when he started his turn, this Ford Escape was not on his right. Well, that might have been perfectly true. But halfway through the turn, it was. And because he did the jug handle turn, he steered left before he steered right, he gave a false impression to the driver of the Escape that he was going left. You know, his behavior indicated to the motorist that he was going left, not right. And to someone that's not familiar with trucks, that would be the normal expectation. That's where the guy positioned himself. Okay. All righty. Why is that not showing up there? Cannot copy. Well, I can cancel that, I think. That didn't work. Why is... I don't see my mega meeting here. It says presenting. Okay. Alright, well, what I want to do now is, if we go back to this, oh, I get it. That's turned off. Okay. So, ahead, behind, to the sides. We'll talk about following distance here more as we go along. We've talked about above. Below. What's the issue below? Why are they bringing up a concern about what's below you with a truck and trailer? What do you suppose they're driving at?
Pack up snow and ice.
Good thought. Tracks. What about tracks?
If you're low,
Yeah. If you're low,
you might get hung up.
you get hung up on them. Okay, so that's what they're referring to there. So space ahead, space, okay, below. So what they're talking about is driveways, railroad tracks, dirt roads, unpaved lots. Now, if you get hung up on railroad tracks, you will get a ticket for that. The authorities expect you to be able to get across railroad tracks without getting hung up. So here again, route instructions. Now, you are likely to get hung up with a trailer that's low slung. So that includes drop deck furniture vans, drop deck electronic vans, lowboy trailers, boat trailers, car haulers, that kind of stuff. And we could go to YouTube video, and I could find you video of trucks, trailers getting hung up on the railroad tracks. So here again, route instructions. That's how you avoid that, is proper routing. You know, if you're hauling boats, you know, and to be honest with you, I'd love to haul boats. I love yachting. I like being out on the ocean in a boat. So I'd love to haul a boat around the country. That'd be cool. But it'd be real important.